what do you mean by the separate self dissolved? I don't know.
What is it that wants?
I don't know how to put it in words. Like the longing of, you know, that there's something to gain, like from
So,
my, yeah, there.
okay, so what is it that lacks?
This is like the ultimate goal of life. For the ultimate goal of the human, the life, the experience is self-realization.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. So what's the seeker?
Seeker, someone who feels there's something lacking. Like there's a specific goal to get to somewhere, something.
So a moment ago you mentioned me. What's the me?
The me is the the me is the sense of identity, I guess. The sense of identity to the sense of identity to the you to the personality, to the to the to the labels, to the name, like something like I am Leonard. So Leonard is the human experiencer. Leonard is the, what do you call this? Leonard is the,
Okay. So the me that has all those attributes, where is it?
I guess here,
Yeah.
this body
Where?
mind form.
Where? Whose body is that? Me will say mine, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So if there is something there claiming ownership of the body, then that is claiming ownership of the body can't be the body, can it?
Yeah.
Something that they're claiming ownership of the body, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
When you say that's my car, you know you're not the car, right?
Yeah. I'm not the car. Yes.
Good. And you say my body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who's claiming ownership of the body?
Hmm. Perhaps I would say thought, maybe, because thought is the conceiver of like
Good.
thoughts are coming from, you know, and you know the Ramana Maharshi. Where do these thoughts come? I feel like that's a question unanswerable. Like nobody knows where it comes. So I think the thought is saying, or the thought is the storyteller of the invisible soap bubble that says this is the body, this is my body, something like that.
Okay. And who's aware of the thoughts?
The quickest, if you ask that question, the quickest is, I would immediately answer, I am aware of the thought. That is the quick.
Good. And who's that? Is that still the me? Is it me that's aware of thoughts? Is it me that sees a blue sky? Is it me that says these are my thoughts? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. And it's also me that says this is my body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So a me is claiming ownership of the thoughts and ownership of the body, correct?
Yes, it is.
Good. So if you're claiming ownership of the thoughts, you can't be the thoughts. If you're claiming ownership of the body, you can't be the body. Now, where's the me?
it seems like the me is like, if the me is the one claiming ownership, that this body is mine, or I am aware of the sky, this, I don't know, maybe in the in the imagination, or in the conception of the idea that, because the me is, in a way, I see it as, when you ask that question, it feels like the me is just just another idea, or just another, what do you call this, just an idea of ownership, I guess. But the me is, I don't know where the me is. I can just speculate about the me is inside the brain, or the me is inside the body, or the me is just like a thought arising from, I don't know, a thought. Like, I can just speculate. I can
Right.
give you a theory about where the
Yeah.
me is.
Or a description. Perhaps a description. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good. Is the description the described?
Is it the me? No, it isn't. It's, I don't know. It's
So without the description, what happens to the me?
it's I don't it's ungraspable. I don't know how to use description, because describing the me is I don't know. Describing the me is also a description. And the me is like just an idea. So basically the me is nothing. I don't know. It's a non-existent idea or entity that arises from thought, maybe.
How does that sound? All I am is a thought. How does that sound?
Mhm.
Does that sound enough? All
Yeah.
I am is a thought. All I am is a thought. You satisfied with that?
Right now, I would say, yeah, I am. But like,
If we've identified that me is a thought only, and I then ask you, are you satisfied with that? And then you go on to say, yes, I'm satisfied with that. Who is saying, yes, I'm satisfied with that? Remember, me is nothing but a thought. So who is now saying, yeah, I'm satisfied with that? I'm just a thought, yeah, and I'm totally satisfied that all I am is a thought.
I think that one saying that is just another thought, or
So who's speaking?
thoughts. Thoughts are speaking to itself, or to another thought, I guess. Yeah.
Right now, that answer you just gave me. Who spoke that?
I don't know. It's it's the vehicle, the human, the body mind talking,
Are you the
speak.
mind? Are you the mind?
No, if I can conceive the
Are you the
mind,
body? Are you the body?
no, I'm not.
Then it's not the body mind speaking. Who's speaking at the moment?
Nobody. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to answer, because I'm not the mind because I can conceive it, obviously, and I'm not the body. I can see it. I can like put a sense. I'm not the me, and it's just it feels like it's just talking. It's just talking happening on its own, and it's whatever I answer, it's from the idea of coming from thought, and the thought is thought and body mind is not me because I can conceive it. So no, I don't know. It feels like no, there's no one. There's no one. There's just an idea that I'm answering, or there's just an idea that there's someone saying I'm satisfied, but that's not me. That's not.
So where are you in relation to that?
Nowhere. I don't know. It's like, hmm,
Who just said nowhere?
hmm, no one. I don't know. No one. No, it
Who just said no one?
like in a relative sense, it's the idea, the thought that this body with body parts with brain, like let's say a robot, and then uttering words, but definitely the body is not me, the thought is not me, and it's just like talking is happening, talking is happening, and conversation is happening, and I don't know who is that. I don't know who is that, or what energy is playing out in the.
So right here, right now, do you feel real?
There's just a thought, an idea, but
Yeah,
the feeling of the question, do you feel real? It's like I don't know how to answer it. You know, when you ask the question, thoughts happen. Thoughts arise, like of course you have the body, you have this and that, the
sure,
mental chat.
sure. But I'm not really interested in thoughts. I'm not interested in thoughts. Do you feel real?
I still feel like I do. Yeah, I think so.
Where is that being experienced?
Like the presence of the body, like there's someone sitting here talking and having the conversation. That is the basis of the feeling of being real, the presence of the body. I guess that's where I'm coming from, like.
I have to couch it this way, so forgive me. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Can your me experience being conscious?
No, the me is a belief or an idea. Me being conscious is like, do you mean like I'm conscious that I have that there's a body here, or I'm conscious of thought, or I'm conscious of sensations, or and I'm is that what the
It was
me
pretty,
being conscious is?
it was pretty clear. Is the me conscious?
Yeah.
It is.
Hmm.
Okay. What's the me?
Consciousness. I don't know. Consciousness, aware of everything. Like the me is aware of thought, aware of action, aware of idea, aware of senses, so it's conscious.
You're not telling me what the me is. What is it? Is the me conscious?
Yeah.
What's the me? You've already identified what the me is. What is it? You've already told me. What is the me?
The me is consciousness
No,
or awareness or
no, no. In the absence of thought, where does your me go?
nowhere. I don't know. It's non-existent without the thought. Like it, the me is a thought, so
Good, good. Stop right there. What did you just say?
the me is a thought.
Full stop. Now, my question is the me conscious?
No, because it's a thought. It's just an idea. It's just arising from thought. So it's something is aware of it, but it's not it.
So when me says, I am conscious, is that a true statement?
It's an idea. It's an idea. It's a thought, but
So is a thought conscious?
no, not at all.
Good. And what's the me?
A thought.
Right. So is me conscious?
No,
So what's going on? Are you conscious right here, right now? Is there an experience of being conscious right now? Let me ask you another question. Yeah. Do you exist?
no, I don't.
Is there a being there?
There's none. It's
You sure about that?
it. No, it. The way I see it is there's thoughts.
For
There's
you to say, for you to say, there's no being here and there's no consciousness here, would you not need to be there to say that?
yeah. I need to be there. I need to be conscious to say that I'm not conscious. I need to be there to say there's no being or there's a being.
Good. So that's false then, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 In your direct experience right here, right now, you're conscious. There's a sense of being, of awareness. Yeah. And me has hijacked that and claimed ownership of that, like it does with the body, like it does with the mind. And me says, I am conscious. This is my consciousness. Who's claiming ownership of the consciousness? I'll take it a bit further. Yeah? Me says, I'm seeing. I see. I hear. I taste. I touch. I'm seeing. I'm hearing. I am tasting. I am touching. Who's that that's saying all that? Who or what is it that's saying, I am conscious?
It's the me. It's the ownership to
Good. What's the me?
the me is a thought. It's thought.
Good. Is a thought conscious?
No.
Can it experience consciousness?
Can a thought experience consciousness? No, it's a thought. It's just
Good. Okay. So what's Leonard?
it's a thought. It's
Good. Good. So Leonard has a whole backstory. You can remember back to, I don't know, to the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever age, right? Your earliest possible memory, right? You can remember back to that. And then as you get older, you know, you're able to remember more and remember more and remember more and remember more. And then right up till now, there's this big, huge backstory, correct?
yeah.
Huge. Man, it's huge, the backstory. Yeah. Now, that whole backstory is nothing but thoughts. What can a thought experience? The thought would have to be conscious to be able to experience anything. Can a thought experience another thought?
No, no, not at all. It it is just a thought. It ends there. It ends there with it being a thought.
Good. So the whole backstory of Leonard, yeah? Did that happen?
It's just a thought. It
The question is, there's a big backstory there.
Hmm.
I can remember going to school and my first day at school, and I can remember this, and I can remember that, and I had this experience, and I had that experience, and blah 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 blah. What's actually been experienced?
It's a memory. When you say who experience the looking back at your childhood memory when you were 10, it's a thought right now because it's a memory. And
Okay, so in the actual experience, yeah, who experienced that?
yeah, no one's spirit. It's not Leonard, it's not the child's experience. It's no one's experience because the idea of someone is just a thought, and thought cannot be conscious. So it's no one's experience.
Good,
It's just an
good,
experience.
good. So let's look at your whole backstory. Your whole backstory. What actually happened?
I want nothing. It's just in the there's in the backstory it seems like the me took ownership of the experience and then claimed it as it's Leonard's schooling, college, it's this, but in actuality it's a thought. It's a thought, and then
Good.
experience sensations
So,
arising.
so what happened?
Nothing, it's just thoughts. It's just sensations, it's just life playing out.
Can you see that the whole that Leonard is built upon this belief that Leonard has experienced all sorts of things in the past. It's all been my experience after all. I experienced going to school. I experienced the snow. I experienced my first dog. I experienced my first girlfriend. I experienced my first whatever. Is any of that true?
No.
So where's Leonard now?
No, Leonard is just an idea. Leonard is now nowhere to be found
Okay.
except in.
Well, so 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 now what?
I guess life just happens because Leonard wasn't there to begin with. So Leonard, life will just happen with or without the story because the story is just a thought, unconscious, or not conscious of itself. It's just
Who's experiencing now?
no, no. I there's no who to experience now.
So now what?
No, there's just this. There's just the now.
Will that do? Does that feel good enough?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's good enough.
Mhm.
So the seeking's over. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Completely,
Definitely.
completely finished. So now, tell me about this now. Seeking's over. Tell me about this now. It's a direct experience, is it not?
It is.
Tell me about it.
It's been, it's like it's been here always. It's been here. Now is always just the,
Don't objectify now. I'm talking about your direct experience. Get out of your head. Stop trying to describe the now. What's your direct experience of now? Tell me about it.
it's hard to, to use words because words just, description is from from idea or from thought, but it feels like just to describe it, it's like it's indescribable. It's like empty in a good way, not in a good way, not in a bad way. It's just free. It's just untethered, or it's it's calm. I don't know how to put words into it. It's like air, whatever. It's been there, but it's just free. It's just free. It's just in peace. It's just now. It, that
Can you
that
still,
is-
can you still hear that you're objectifying it?
Hmm.
Where's the subject that's objectifying that?
No, there's no objectifier. It's just thought arising from one. What do you call this? One thought after another, and then
When you're seeing, like you are now, seeing, yeah. Look around the room. You see objects.
Mhm.
Have another look. It is only a seer that would say, yes, I see objects. There's me and objects. So there's the notion of a seer and there's the notion of that seen. Yeah? Good. Now tell me about the seeing. Have another look around the room. Now what do you see?
It's really quick to, when there's a question, thoughts quickly are, when thoughts quickly arise, and then the answer from here sounds, it would look like it's an answer from thought, but from direct seeing, there's no seer. There's no one seer. There's just the scene. There's just colors. There's just, I don't know, there's just things around. But yeah, it's
Tell me about the seeing.
seeing is natural. It's effortless. It's it's already seen even before the question was asked. It's everything is seen without without a seer, with an effort to see it, something like that. It's everything, there's just seeing.
And what's the direct experience of that?
It's effortless. There's no need for a subject to see. Like, I cannot explain how I see it, or if there's an I. It's seeing is natural. It's effortless. That's the direct experience of seeing.
Good. What's the seeing?
This The seeing is just seeing. It's I don't know. What is the seeing? There's no.
Good. Does the seeing see objects?
Mm.
Does the seeing see objects?
It's tricky. The mind says it does. The mind says, thought says there's an object, and they're seeing, like seeing, and then the scene.
Yeah. So who's seeing the mug? We've come back to duality again, haven't we? As soon as the mind steps in, we automatically come back to duality again, do we not?
Yeah, we do. It's fast.
Good. It's really fast. Yeah. So I'm trying to take you to the direct experience of just seeing. Does seeing see objects?
No, not really. It
Not really.
doesn't.
That's not convincing. Not really. It sounded like a belief.
Yeah, it
You're,
it.
you're, you're seeing right now, correct? Or there is seeing right now, correct?
Mm.
Yeah. Is the seeing objects?
Because the seeing is just seeing. It feels like the mind is really quick to get in the way when you ask that question. Like, is seeing an object, and immediately the mind says yes, because like it's tangible. Like, you hold it, you see it, or the
With mind. That there creates the illusion of duality. Right there. Mind steps in and says, yeah, sure, there's a mug. I can see a mug. I'm here and the mug's there. Mind's been doing that forever. That's what creates the illusion of duality. Or more to the point, that's what creates the idea of separation. Now come back to the seeing. I can't see what's in your space there, but for the sake of the exercise, find two objects that are separate from one another. Just find a couple of objects. You found a couple of objects?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Now go to the seeing. Are the two objects separate?
No. From seeing, it's it's not separate. But the one that separates it is the idea, the thought that they
There is
are.
no, hold on. Yeah. There is no one that's separate. Is there? Go to the hearing. Yeah. Normally, there's a hearer and that is heard, correct?
Mhm.
Now go to the hearing. What does the hearing say about the hearing?
Nothing.
What does the seeing say about the seeing?
Nothing. It's
What
it,
does the tasting say about the tasting?
really nothing. Nothing. It says nothing.
Is that not the direct experience?
It is. Yeah.
And then mind comes in and overlays a story about the experience, and then mind then believes the story and takes the story to be the experience. Can you see that?
Yeah. Very clear.
Yeah. Got a big, huge backstory there in memory. And that story creates the illusion or the dream of a personal person, does it not?
Does. It does.
Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that experiencing didn't happen, but the experiencing itself makes no comment on the experiencing. Like the seeing makes no comment on the seeing. Yes, there's been experiencing. And then the mind steps in and makes up a big story about the experiencing, the experience. Yeah? And then mind then has a memory of the experience without being able to actually experience anything, by the way, because the mind can't experience anything. That's why it makes up a story about an experience. Then it holds the story as a memory and takes the story as the experience. And that then creates this personal idea of a me. Look at it. Look at the story. Look at it. That whole backstory, Leonard. That whole backstory. Yeah? Mind steps in, thoughts step in, and make up a story about an experience. Yet the mind can't experience anything. It's not conscious. For experiencing to be occurring, there needs to be consciousness. And where do you find consciousness? Right here. You're conscious of mind, right? Flip it. Is mind conscious of this that's conscious of it? Flip it. It's not, is it?
Not.
It's clearly not. So anything mind has said about anything is not based in experiencing. It's all made up.